Hello, I'm Joyce Woodworth. Welcome to the Spirit of Winona. Probably the biggest day in a person's life is their wedding day. Whether it's a small affair or an extravagant event, there's a lot of planning involved. Today we're going to find out what is available in Winona to help the bride and groom in this planning. And I'm presently sitting with Krisha Saxon, who works for KG, and she's put together a bridal show at Winona Senior High School in February. And they do this every year. It's been done for about 15 years now. So I'd like to introduce Krisha. Hi, Krisha.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Welcome to the Spirit of Winona.
Thank you.
Krisha, can you tell me what exactly is involved in planning a wedding?
Sure. One of the important things is to start early. A lot of brides like to start at least a year in advance. And there are a few things that they should do. First of all, get organized. You want to get yourself a notebook so you can write everything in there. You also want to get yourself probably a bridal guide. I made one here for our bridal show, and it includes some advice, and then it also has places for you to write notes, and it also has places for you to write phone numbers, dates and times, payment amounts, things like that.
Where else can you get such a bridal guide if they don't have this one accessible?
You can purchase these sometimes at bookstores. You can find them online. Most of the time they will have these at bridal shows, so you can get them there. The next thing you need to do is set a timeline. You want to determine when you want to do each of the things that you need to do. And those things include putting together a budget, deciding on your apparel, ordering that, the location of not only your wedding, but also the reception. You need to pick your musician, your photographer, your videographer, if you so choose, and your florist.
Once the wedding date is set, the ceremony site and the reception site are chosen, the plan for the details of the wedding begin. A look in the Winona phone book under Wedding Supplies will assist you with most of your wedding planning. Let's take a look at some of these services. Presently standing with Rich Schneider, who is the owner and operator of Wedding Planners. Rich, tell me where that is located and what kind of services you provide for the bride and groom.
Well, we're at 123 West 3rd Street next to Brothers Birthday Bar. We're celebrating our 15th anniversary this year. We've been doing it for 15 years. We've got the lovely display of trolleys, buses, and limousines out front. And we do all kinds of stuff. We've got everything kind of started and based around our wedding photography. We do really unique outdoor images with our wedding photography and outdoor group settings and stuff like that. And we work around different areas of the church when we do our wedding photography. So not every picture is taken at the altar. So we find beauty in the church other than the altar. So we'll work around the backs of the church and the fronts and the stained glass windows. Some of the other services we provide is our rental equipment. We have like candelabras and champagne fountains. We also do balloon decorating too. It's kind of a one-stop service plan. And then of course on our tuxes, that's our biggest with our tuxedos. And our biggest special is for every tuxedo they rent, they get $10 off the price of the limousine. So if they have a party of 10 tuxes, they can get a super stretch limo for 14 people for $65 plus gratuity.
I'm presently standing with Sue Bouchard from Valley Public Supply. Hi, Sue.
Hello.
Tell us, Sue, what kind of services do you provide and where are you located?
We are located at 312 East 3rd Street in Winona, Minnesota, and we provide a lot of different services at Valley Public Supply in the Bridal Nook. And we have lots of arches to rent. We have invitations to sell. We also have plenty of card boxes to offer. And also we have lots of gifts items for the wedding party, to the flower girl, to the ring bearer, and also we have the bachelorette party items.
Great. Tell me, what is an arch like this, to rent something like this? What does
This
cost?
arch is $125 to rent, and we also can deliver it for you if it's an inconvenience for you to come pick it up. Mm-hmm. So we also provide that service as well.
And we're standing with Janelle Ponick, who works for JJ Coordinating Wedding Service. Tell us where you're located and what kind of services you provide for the bride and groom.
I am at 508 Minnesota Street, which is in the home of my house in the front porch. So feel free to stop in anytime. We just do everything. We set up and we tear down any rentals that you have, and we have rentals for you right here in our business. We have invitations. We're just trying to make it a one-stop shop for the bride and groom.
I'm assuming this archway is one of the things that you provide.
Yes, I do.
Right. And what does it cost to rent something like this?
This archway in particular is $65, and we do have other archways that are $50. The candelabras are $25 a set, and we have 8 sets.
Okay. And you have like dishes and champagne glasses?
Champagne glasses, everything that you can think of, I surely can find for you.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks.
Really good idea for brides is to go through their magazines, because you know brides, as soon as they get engaged, they buy like 20 brides magazines. Take those magazines, find things that you like, find the gowns that you like, the floral flowers, everything like that. Put together collages, and then take these collages to your florist, to your caterer, show them this is what I like. And then you're going to be able to narrow it down to what you want a lot easier.
Okay. I'm standing with Mary Malinchak, who is one of the caterers at Econo Foods.
Yes, I am.
Tell me what kind of services you provide.
Well, we do dinners for anyone interested, having a need for a wedding reception, any event in your life, and we cater full dinners. We cater just appetizer parties, all hot appetizers, cold appetizers, anything at all. So we just brought some examples of what we do in the deli department for anyone with a need.
Okay.
So
You have some beautiful displays here.
yes. We've got some pastry puffs that we fill with, today we've got them with ham spread or chicken spread, some fried chicken, those are drummies today, some fresh fruit we have that we happen to have in a watermelon boat today, and we also have full dinners. Today we brought an example of pork chops with stuffing and green beans as one of the dinners we cater quite often. Fried chicken, coleslaw potatoes, barbecued ribs, some candied carrots and baked potato, roast beef and corn and mashed potatoes. These are probably the most common dinners that people enjoy.
I'm standing with Nola Morawicki and Michelle Simon, who are in charge of the floral arrangements at Econo Food. Hi, welcome to the Spirit of Winona.
Joyce. Great to see you.
Thanks.
Good.
Tell us about what it takes to design a wedding with flowers.
Well, first of all, you need to come and talk to us and set up a consultation time. At Flowers 2, by the way, we like to have that name in there, Flowers 2, and we are located right as you walk in, Econo Foods. You know, $400 we can do something very nice. $800 we can do a little bit nicer, but we can fit within anyone's budget.
Tell me about this one. This is a gorgeous looking bouquet.
This is designed with peonies that smell really good. Did you smell them? Mm-hmm. Minus the ants, and Lysianthus it's called. And as you notice, our array of colors are like the thing, and especially a handheld bouquet. I call this my Russian Victorian bouquet. Can you see that? It's with dendrobium orchids and ranunculus and, all sorts of nerine lilies. So come and see us.
Now, you gave us a really good tip about the collage. Do you have any other secret tips for the bride?
Sure. One, I don't know if this is true, men, I hear that men are wanting to get a little bit more involved these days with the planning. Obviously, we know that they're not into the flowers and they're not into the gowns. Focus them on the reception. Put them to work with the liquor, with the music, with the catering, because you know they love food and music, so that's a good way to put them to work and make them happy as well.
Sure. I'm presently standing with Doug Boer, who is in charge of Amazing Sounds DJ, right?
Yes.
Tell us where you're located and what your services are.
Well, we run it right out of our home. It's my wife and I, and we plan ahead with the bride and groom. We send out a planning guide for them, so we know ahead of time how they want to do their grand march or what activities they do and don't want. Our thought is you want people to be entertained. That's why they book you, have you there. So I think we bring fun. If you ask what we bring, that's probably the best part is fun.
And what does your service cost?
$275. That's for a 4-hour show.
I'm presently standing with Peggy Blank, who is in charge of wedding receptions at the Quality Inn in Winona. Hi, Peggy.
Hi, how are you tonight?
I'm just great.
Good.
Tell me, Peggy, what kind of services do you provide at the Quality Inn?
Quality Inn has 112 rooms that we do have available for people who wants to stay overnight. We also have the facilities for wedding receptions, business meetings, birthday parties, just any kind of party that you want to have, we can make it happen for you.
Okay, and it seems like you have a lot of food suggestions here as well.
Yes, Perkins caters for us, and they do have an imaginative mind, and Mark is the chef, and he does a fine job at coming up and dreaming up different things to make, so he does a good job.
And how big of a reception can you handle?
Up to 330.
And where do you have the receptions at the Quality Inn?
In the center court area. They've closed it off from the pool. It used to be right by the pool, but they've closed that off, and the room is very private now and away from the pool. It's nice.
Peggy, can you give us some idea of the costs?
To rent the center court area for a wedding is $300, but along with the $300, you get the honeymoon suite at no extra charge.
Two of the things that make a wedding perfect to me are the wedding gown and the wedding cake. And this bridal show happens to feature one of my favorite cake bakers in Winona. Hi, Nancy.
Hello, how are you?
This is Nancy Beach, who makes wonderful wedding cakes as well as other types of cakes, and they all look beautiful.
They're delicious.
They are.
What can I say? They're just delicious.
Maybe you'll let me try one.
Oh, I'm going to give you a piece of everything because it's all different flavors.
Okay, now let me just take a little pinch of this.
That's our orange kiss
Orange kiss. Huh?
with a chocolate buttercream filling and raspberry.
That's fabulous. Tell me where you work out of.
We work out of Sammy's Pizza, lower level Sammy's Pizza. The name of the shop is Nancy Beach Cakes, etc. And it's my daughter Sam.
Hi, Sam.
And myself, Nancy.
All right, Nancy. Now tell me, do you make cakes for lots of occasions or just weddings?
No, we make cakes for any occasion. Does not matter. We've even made like divorce cakes. So we from wedding cakes to divorce cakes and everything in between.
Well, I can vouch for the taste of these cakes. They are wonderful. Now tell me what this cake is, and tell me what you would charge for a cake like that.
This cake right here is a groom's cake. It's a death by chocolate, and it will run you about $32.50. Has sugared grapes on it. It's chocolate cake, chocolate frosting, hot fudge, and buttercream between the layers, and it's to die for.
Oh, it looks delicious.
It is.
Well, tell me about your typical wedding cake. Now, is this a typical wedding cake? Or?
No, this is.
Okay, this is.
This
Yes.
was a typical wedding cake.
After the
yes,
wedding.
this is right. And the normal wedding cake usually runs between 150 and 200 servings. And then you go into sheet cakes if you need more servings because you save money every time you do that. This is a smaller wedding cake here, and it serves about 65, 70 people. And you can dress it up by making it look larger by putting it up on pillars as we've done here. This is our little runaway bride shower cake, Barbie. A lot of people are doing, on this cake here, a lot of the people are doing that in the middle of their tables for centerpieces now. So we do the cakes for weddings, and then the bride will maybe get a cake like this for the grooms or the bride's table and the special reserved guests, and then everybody else on their table has their own private little wedding cake.
That is different.
Yes.
So
We've
that's a
done
popular
several.
feature now.
That's coming up and coming, yeah. Thank you
so much.
I'd shake your hand, but
I know. No, that's all right. We'll pass.
We've got so many great people in Winona. A lot of brides think that they have to go up to the Twin Cities, but they really don't. We have Bridal Boutique here that have just the most beautiful gowns you can imagine. They can get most any gown for you. So, you really don't have to go anywhere. You're all set in Winona.
First glimpse of the bride for the wedding guests traditionally happens when her father brings her down the aisle of the church to hand her over to the new man in her life, her husband-to-be. It's one of the most dramatic moments in a woman's life, and she wants to look as fabulous as she possibly can. The dress she chooses for that moment is a personal expression of her ideals. The Bridal Boutique in Winona shows us some of the gowns they have available. A fancy traditional wedding calls for a traditional gown, and this one is a prime example. It has a sweetheart neckline and fitted bodice, with pearls interwoven in a lattice look design upon chivalry lace, and an ultra-full skirt cascading into a magnificent train. The jeweled tiara with veil flowing makes this girl a Princess Story bride. Another elegant look for a traditional fancy wedding is the off-the-shoulder neckline and long sleeves. This dress has layers of tulle with valentine lace scalloped at the edge on a very full skirt. This lovely dress has a sweetheart neckline, the short cap sleeves have scalloped edges, and the beautiful cathedral train is scalloped in lovely Venice lace. The Bridal Boutique has a variety of short-sleeve traditional wedding gowns to choose from, each with unique details of their own. For instance, a V-neck line on the front and inverted V's at the sleeves, chains of pearls hanging from the back of the shoulders. Rounded necklines with cap sleeves, ankle length on the front of the skirt with a floor-length short train on the back. Sweetheart necklines with shoulder pads and without shoulder pads. Fitted bodices and lovely bows at the back of the skirt. The choices are plentiful. Flower girl dresses are available to match the bride's gown. Sequins and applique adorn this lovely A-line skirt with sweetheart neckline. The bride adds another interesting touch with the stylish fingerless gloves. Less formal but still elegant gowns are available as well. These lovely strapless gowns have a smaller train and a cuffed bodice. This one, in ivory, has an appealing satin-tied ribbon at the back. Understated elegance is exemplified in this lovely gown with rounded neckline. Crystal beads at the neck and a short veil add simplistic beauty to this captivating bride. Tiny straps hold up the bodice of these lovely dresses, which are adorned in bugle beads and pearls. Cloth-covered buttons run down the back and flow into a lovely A-line skirt with a short train. This dress epitomizes simple, wholesome beauty. The beaded top lays over an empire waist dress made of crepe, which flows into a small train with a gentle sweep. The Bridal Boutique has a wide array of lovely bridesmaid dresses as well. Some of the interesting colors this year are silver and pewter. This handsome young ring bearer helps this model show off a lovely satin skirt and a beaded sequin stretchy top. Sheer organza is the fabric for this eye-catching dress with matching stole. Purples and blues are very popular dress colors for the wedding party this year. Matte, satin, and chiffon are popular fabrics. Two-piece gowns are fashionable, and empire waists are still a very lovely look. Gloves, bright colors, and matching stoles are also popular in today's bridal fashions. Deb Willenborg models a lovely two-piece Mother of the Bride dress. This violet ensemble is trimmed in rhinestones. She also models a more formal dress with Venice lace at the high neckline and cuffs. The collarless jacket and slit skirt gives this dress an elegant flair. Bridal fashions are endless, and the selection we have in Winona are wonderful. But what truly makes them beautiful is the bride herself. Krisha and I are sitting in a charming carriage. When pulled by horses is a unique and special way to get to and from the wedding ceremony and reception. I'm presently standing with Scott Mildy, who's in charge of Making Memories carriage service.
Correct.
Where are you located?
I'm out of La Crosse.
Okay, and tell me about your service.
We have 3 styles of carriages. We have 2 French traditional wedding carriages, and we have 1 English Queen Surrey. Depending upon the wedding, we run 2 to 4 hours. Some gals and husbands like to go with a smaller carriage so they have a little privacy between church and reception. Others like to have the whole stand up along, so we try to please.
So you provide service to and from the wedding, from the church to the reception?
And then at the reception, I usually hang around because there's always kids and grandparents that want to go for a ride, so we hang around the reception area for a while too.
Well, tell me, after doing all this planning now that you've done for Winona, what about yourself? How would you go about planning for a wedding?
I'd elope.
Well, we've discovered that Winona has a little bit of everything if you're planning a wedding. I want to thank you for joining me today. This has been Joyce Woodworth. Till the next show, enjoy the Spirit of Winona.